YouTube. This is STORMYBMAN, and I am back with a pre-fight video breakdown on Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. This fight is going to take place this coming Saturday, January 2nd, day after the New Year's. So you figure if these guys are coming into this match, will someone have celebrated the New Year too much, or will they have settled to celebrate after a victory here? That question is up in the air. The bout is scheduled for WBC interim world lightweight title. In this fight, you have Luke Campbell, who's 33 years old, 5'9", has a 71-inch reach. Okay? And Campbell is looking to take on Garcia. This fight had been rescheduled a couple of times due to the world pandemic and also due to COVID circumstances with the fighters. I believe it was Campbell who came down with COVID, and the fight had to be pushed back once again. Garcia, who enters this fight as the young phenom, and he's 22 years of age. He's 5'10". He has a 70-inch reach, and he has very fast hands at the division. He has a sharp left hook, which is one of the weapons that are always coveted by trainers and promoters. They love a guy who has some fire on something. And in this instance, Garcia has a snap of the left hand. It kind of takes you back to the days of a young De La Hoya who was a converted southpaw and was able to utilize his left very effectively early in his career, surprising adversaries with the snap of his shots and the speed that they would get to the target. A lot of people underestimated De La Hoya at the time because of his handsome looks and everything. They thought that he was just a model, not a fighter. Funny how things, the more they change, the more they stay the same. Where Garcia is kind of finding himself in that boat at this time. The only thing about that is this: Garcia doesn't have the decorated amateur career that De La Hoya had, and we will have to find out whether or not his education, as far as being a boxer, is where it needs to be. Now, that being said, Garcia, as he comes into this fight, we're going to see some things that it can either be more revealing or it can just add to the mystique, which is Ryan. You see, because Ryan enters the fight with phenom has been quite flashy, but we don't know if he can box yet. There have been some technical questions about his abilities. He keeps his chin up. He doesn't really have that sense of setting his guard and working behind his shots and everything. He seems to always be waiting to land his vaunted approach. Now, I'll tell you something. When he lands it really cleans house. But technical-wise, he's going to have to learn how to box and set that hook up as he gets on in his career and he's facing opponents who have got the information on him. They're going to know to watch out for the left hook. So will he be able to jab and work other punches off of setting up his opponents? Will he be able to move around the ring in a proper manner, showing good footwork? Will he be able to hunt guys down who may be movers? Will he be able to get out of the way of guys who may be punchers? His fight coming up against Campbell is going to provide him with a veteran who doesn't have the greatest lateral movement or anything, but he's wily and he's courageous. This is the type of fight, the step-up fight, as we like to call it, that Garcia should be taking. And if he can't deal with the likes of Campbell, it's going to set him back a bit because his boxing skills, like I said, need to be confirmed. And because he's been cleaning guys' box so quickly with swift knockouts, we don't know that he can really box yet. And when you're talking about boxing at the pro level, not as an amateur, he faced the likes of Devin Haney and amateurs and everything a couple times, and that's fine. But that's the amateurs. We're in the pros. There are pros out here that you don't necessarily want to see Devin Haney in with at this juncture of his career. So Ryan having the opportunity to step up against the 33-year-old Campbell is going to put him in a position to see what he has. And that's all we can ask from young fighters like this. Even when they're fighting guys their age and at their level, sometimes the real questions that need to be asked are not necessarily going to be asked. And this is why we want to see as we look forward in this fight, we'll see Campbell, who is a veteran, try to give Ryan some questions to answer, and we'll find out whether or not Ryan is able to answer them. I totally look forward to their matchup. This is the type of fight that we need to see between the guys. And I'll tell you something. If Ryan is the goods, if his boxing skills are really coming into play as he progresses, he's going to be very exciting because that left hook and then the quickness behind it is something that, again, riding the coattails of a fighter that was famous in the division like De La Hoya, it'll give him a following. A lot of people like to see people who can get guys out of there with one punch. And it can happen at any time during the fight. This is one of the reasons why we have to pay close attention to Campbell and his approach to the fight and how he decides to face off with Ryan. If he's going to tactically box him and give him questions, moving around the ring, setting things up, countering, taking the opportunity to punch with Ryan in certain instances, but not at Ryan's advantage. Will he be able to jab and make Ryan box? Will he be able to extend him rounds? This is what we need to see from him. Now, he had a fight with Naras, and that fight was, it was one of those fights where, okay, you could say Campbell admirably. But the thing is that we may be able to say that Ryan brings a great deal more than what Linares brought. So it's one of those things where you have to wait and see. With the career that he has had, with a record of 23 with 16 KOs, Campbell hasn't been stopped, but he's always been just second. And being a southpaw, he may present problems for Ryan to land up hook, because the southpaw stance will keep him in a safe place if he knows how to fight and use that southpaw advantage. Now the answer with the southpaw is a straight right hand, right? And we don't know how well Ryan has developed his right hand. But this may be the opportunity for Campbell to use his straight left. Keeping guys off balance, keeping them in a zone of discomfort is what you want to do in these instances. And this is the type of fight where we'll see that take place, right? But again, each man has certain things to offer, and there are exceptions to what you see when you're watching, right? So the way I see this fight playing out is I actually see that Ryan Garcia being victorious, but there could be some situations where Campbell takes advantage and puts him in a position to have to step it up. Or Campbell could come out there and he could be distracted, he could not be focused, he gets caught with something by Ryan very early, and the fight came early. I do expect to see a bit of chess here, gamesmanship between both guys, but I really expect that Ryan Garcia prevails in this fight. He may stop Campbell late, a volley of punches, making him submit. He may drop a couple of times and have me waved off, or even on his stool at the end of the round. If that happens, I can kind of see that like in rounds 8 or 9, and then if early Luke is defensively irresponsible, Ryan can catch him early. I remember a fight between Oscar De La Hoya and I believe it was Rafael Ruelas. It was supposed to be a great matchup at lightweight between those two guys. And Ruelas, famous of the Ruelas brothers, was a champion and a respected fighter. But he came out there, he came at De La Hoya in a manner which was kind of reckless. And De La Hoya was able to nail him with that left hook, which he never recovered, and he stopped him very early in the fight. Something like that could happen here. But at the end of the day, I see Ryan Garcia being victorious and moving on to bigger and better things. This is not a slam or a slap against Campbell, but I think the younger, faster-handed Garcia has a tremendous advantage, whereas Luke is a little more stationary. But the southpaw stance could present problems for Garcia if Campbell utilizes his experience. He can't be reckless. He has to remain focused at all times. And the way that you gain an advantage against speed is you use timing. Hopefully he's had a chance to work on those type of things. I don't know if he's had sparring partners that can keep up with him at that type of speed or pace, but it is the type of thing that would be necessary to prevail in a fight like this. So that's my take on this. I don't know what you guys think. You can leave comments. You can let STORMYBMAN know if you think I'm off the boat with this, or if you agree, or whatever. Let's discuss it. You can leave comments in the comment section. That's all I have for you at this time. Till we speak again, everybody. safe, and Happy New Year